Today we are now in the global communication. You can buy on products online. You can buy grocery, clothing, anything. In gold buying, exactly the same. You can search the seller. You can search the product through LinkedIn and Facebook. Now, my seller hired me as a marketing consultant and mandate. I do all the screening because my seller is very busy digging gold in his mine. He has no time. So they invited me to come to Ghana in order for me to see what they are doing. Guys, Ghana is a very nice place. I was there. Don't be afraid. The seller would not harm you. The seller will invite you because the seller would like to build a long-lasting supply. My sellers sell product every week, 2 kilos, 3 kilos cash. Now, the seller wanted to export. That's why you are here talking to me, listening to me, because I created online FCO. The FCO is very, very extensive. I explain it step by step. I've given you all the link. You click that. When you click it, it open and everything is in there. Now, there are two things you buy: gold, diamond, or cocoa beans. Now, you buyer, actually you are a gold trader. You have a less capital. You are going to leverage. It wouldn't work. You need to lay out the capital in order to get the profit. Now, there are two things. If you don't like to travel, 100% CIF, minimum 300 kilos. But you have to send us the bank instrument. Now, if you don't want to issue the bank instrument because you're scared, because you're going to be required by the bank, you're going to pay 4%, okay, on the bank instrument. On the CIF, that's what called the standby letter of credit. It costs you money. You are not wise. If you are very clever, I advise you guys, start a small quantity. Now, my seller, I handle three different sellers: Mali, gold and diamond; Tanzania, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Burkina Faso, and Ghana. Now, I summarize for you whatever you need. Now, first of all, you read my Facebook. Everything has been explained. After you read, you send us a letter of intent addressed to my seller, attention to Wilhelmina. Now, on your letter of intent must be very specific. How many kilos you need, what mode of payment, and what refinery that the gold will be shipped. Now, this is a plain CIF. Now, we will send you the contract, because on your FC letter of intent, you need to specify everything. So when I receive it, because the letter of intent, attention to Wilhelmina, I will be the one to double check before I'm going to send it to my seller. I will be calling you if you are the main signatory. So now, when I send your letter of intent to my seller will send the contract to you. We will fill in your information in order the contract to be viewed. All right? So now, the seller will send you a letter of invitation to come to see. There is no upfront, but when you buy, there is always a contract. There you need to see what you are buying before you're gonna pay. The seller is not asking you upfront. On the 50 kilos, you pay the 6 kilos. It is yours. So therefore, when you in business, you lay out the capital. You cannot buy precious mineral without $1. You cannot take any product in this world without $1. Therefore, you need to spend $1 in order to get $2 profit. Okay? Now, on the 6 kilos, it's yours. You bring the metal box, and then you pay that bank to bank. After 3 working days, the payment would be cleared. Then the seller will issue a separate documentation on your 6 kilos belong to you. It is yours. So now the seller can pay all the expenses, his worker, his overhead, and also to secure the documentation on your 6 kilos and the 44 kilos. The 44 kilos, you will pay that on the final destination. But you need to invite the seller to your country of destination, because my seller invited you to come. So in return, you also invited the seller to come with you in your country in order to witness the final assay, because the seller will change into the ownership of you that you fully paid the 44 kilos. Does that make sense? Now, if you don't want to travel, then 100% CIF MT799. You read on my Facebook. Everything has been explained. On diamond, exactly the same. We have parcel by parcel or a small parcel. Now, we don't release any SKR because SKR is very dangerous. You might float around. We were being a victim. One seller, he gave his SKR to his broker before he come to me. The broker asked upfront money, 50,000. So the seller has been disadvantaged, and the seller was that he trusted this American broker from New York. He asked the buyer 50,000 down payment using SKR. My dear end buyer, do not release any single cents to anybody. My seller doesn't ask you upfront. My seller will invite you to come to see what you are buying before you pay single cents. I know the guy who asked the buyer 50,000. I will not mention the name because he might be embarrassed because I know the guy. I told the seller I know this bastard, but in this world, there are two kinds of people, crook and not crook. Greedy, selfishness. There's so many smuggler. So people doesn't like me. In fact, when I was on I advertised on LinkedIn, this broker hates my guts. Because when the people hate my guts, they are criminals. They are thieves. They are liars. They are scammers. We are not a scammer. We've been a victim. We lost 5 kilos. We almost lost 24 million. I know. You can read all the people who scam us. We are real. We are now in a modern communication. You can see Wilhelmina. Does anybody talk like this? No. There is no such broker well explained thoroughly like what Wilhelmina has done to you guys. We prepare to deal with the end buyer rather than the chain of broker. You end buyer, if you are dealing with your agent, make sure you pay the service of your buyer's agent. The buyer's agent will ask us commission. No, we don't, because once we give you a discount as a buyer's as the seller, we give you a discount. So there is no match. The seller is working so hard, so there is no much enough money to pay the worker. So we cannot afford to give you a good discount. We will give you the discount 8 to 10% maximum. Because when you sell it to the refinery, you get the profit. We know that. I know that. I was in Dubai. You sell it to the refinery 3% discount, you get the profit. So if you are floating around from broker to broker, I'm sure there would be no profit. So therefore, you need to make sure you as a buyer, you need to pay your buyer's agent because he services you. I service my seller. But if you buy to us and talk to Wilhelmina, Wilhelmina will service you properly. You don't need to pay Wilhelmina's commission. My seller is paying me. So you save time. You save money. So instead of floating around from broker to broker, you don't have enough money. We cannot afford to give you much. We will instead give it to you, a good discount. Come to us, buy direct to us, because we are not going to charge you. As a buyer, you get whatever you are looking for. The price, we are very flexible. If you are a long-term buyer, we will give you a good price. But if you float around from broker to broker, of course you have to pay. Those broker needs to eat. So you have to respect those brokers as well. So I hope you understand end buyer. Okay, read my Facebook properly. Click on the link. It will open. You can see everything. You can see Wilhelmina. Don't believe on those broker that, oh, Wilhelmina's blah, blah, blah. Don't believe. Wilhelmina will help you to service you. Wilhelmina will help you to secure the gold properly, because we already had a bad experience. We already been scammed by buyer. Okay? You can see all the scammers on my Facebook. You can see it. Take time to read, and then you get back to Wilhelmina with your proper letter of intent. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. So I hope you come and see Wilhelmina by video conference on Skype. I would love to service you. Thank you very much. I hope you understand what I explain here on my video. Okay, then bye.